Finally, Sledgehammer has fixed the glitch that so many people have been really mad about, which also occurred to the week 6 one, which is the AMR9. The aftermarket parts did not work, in case you guys didn't know. It basically had it as if you never unlocked it. Kind of dumb. It showed that you unlock it, but if you checked on it in the multiplayer, it would say it's locked, like you don't have any access to it, which is why it wasn't appearing. Really annoying, but they finally fixed it, even though it took them like almost a whole last month. Not even gonna cap. Really annoying, but it's finally here. And here I'm gonna show you guys the Tyr Aftermarket part, the Jack Beholder rifle kit. It's pretty good. It gives you a bunch of buffs, but it also gives you some pretty severe nerfs, which are to your movement system, ADS speed, kind of a lot too, just because it increases it by 100 milliseconds. Doesn't sound like much in the bigger picture though, so you should still have a fairly decent ADS speed, regardless of what you put on it. Even if you put like the big ass scopes, it only increases it by like 12 milliseconds. Not really that much, you know? So you're still able to quick scope people, and from fairly long distances, which is good. I really like it, but some of the class setups I had to make with it were kind of wonky, because I would use it with the ride shield in this playthrough that you guys will see, and it felt like as if I was running with an LMG. I get the nerf for the ride shield on your back that will do like a 10% movement decrease or somewhere around that ballpark, but it should only happen if you have the overkill vest on. Like, it doesn't make sense to, or the gunner vest I think it was too, the other one. It shouldn't make any sense that I should run super slow with a pistol or any secondary, for that matter of fact. Launchers make a bit of sense, but it's still really annoying. It should only affect you if you're taking two primaries. That's the only time I would want that effect to be active, just so it deters more players from taking a ride shield on their back. But if you're using it to use a pistol or the knife, you should not be nerfed at all. It's just, of all these CODs, like the developers, Sledgehammer, Treyarch, I don't know, I don't think Raven Studios considered one, and Sledgehammer really hate ride shield players. Like, I have not seen any buff towards the ride shield. I've just been seeing nerfs these past few years. It's really annoying, because the ride shield generally takes a lot of skill if you're actually using it to get kills with, but they're like, yeah, no, screw you guys, we'll nerf the ride shield, we won't nerf people taking overkill and just leaving it on their back. Until now, of course. But it's still really annoying. It shouldn't affect you if you guys are using a secondary. But anyways, let's get right into the video. The aftermarket part for this here is pretty good. It increases the effective damage range and the minimum damage range by a lot. The effective range is increased by 240%, I believe it was. Let's find out. So as we can see here, it's by 245%, I guess I was wrong. Then it's by 36.9% for the minimum damage range. Pretty good, because it's 56.5 meters that you'll be able to get that one shot still, if it's not a headshot of course. Next we got the bullet velocity, which is increased by 100%. This is pretty good because it'll feel like it's hit scan at those farther ranges and it won't feel like there's any bullet travel. Next we got recoil control stat, which actually buffs all of them. This is pretty good because this gun has quite a bit of recoil without this aftermarket part, and it can be rather annoying if you're trying to spam if you actually miss your first shot or so. So pretty good. The stats are all good for this. The only thing is your mobility is ruined by this, and if you take a ride shield, it's even worse. It's basically reduced by like how I mentioned before, it feels like you're running with an LMG instead. And now here's my class setup that I'm running. I'm taking a bunch of recoil control stats, or like muzzles and stuff, just because I want my recoil to be very low, just so I'm able to follow up shots in case I miss the first one, or if I need to two-shot them instead. I rarely ran into those situations unless I was at farther ranges, so it still helps out at those ranges. I'm not taking a sight in this class setup just because the Tyr is it doesn't really have the best sight, but I'm trying to show you guys that even with this class setup without a sight that I have right there, it's going to be pretty good. And here is one with the sight if you guys want to copy this one instead as well. But they're basically the same thing, so it doesn't really matter too much. I was definitely just kicking ass the entire time throughout the gameplay, as you guys will see. I'll give you guys some tips as well on how to use this class setup, because with the Riot Shield, you really got to take advantage of it, just because you're going to be running super slow, and it can really feel like it. Like, it just really deters you if you have to go really far at times. But right now I'm just playing Rustment, just because I don't want to suffer too much with all the long ass maps they got in this game. But I would usually just play Control or Hardpoint for the most time if I was playing quick play. But as you guys can see, there's really low recoil with the gun, and it feels really nice. Like, the sound of it too, it just feels strong as hell. So it makes sense that's able to one-shot in most areas. Also, sometimes you'll get lucky and be able to one-shot them in the leg. I don't know if they buffed it in some sort of way or if it's an accident, but sometimes you'll get those one-shots right there. Even though it says that it will never one-shot there, it will only do 124 damage. But their hitboxes can be whack at times, you know? So, another tip for this weapon, I would suggest you trying to use it more like an aggressive marksman, just because you have fairly fast ADS speed, and you're able to spam this weapon since you're not using like a bolt, it's not bolt action or anything like that, and you're able to increase the fire rate of it, and you still have low recoil if you're spamming it. And you'll see at those farther ranges right there, you'll be able to one-shot them as long as it's in the head. Sometimes you'll get those lucky ones and be able to one-shot them in the upper torso, but it can be rare at times, which is what sucks. This weapon is very strong, as you guys see so far, but the thing that holds it back is the reload speed. It's really annoying. Mag holster does buff it, but it's just not enough. Like, the buff isn't that big. I believe exclusive Ace said that it was around 20% or so, and it's affected by the most. The buff that mag holster gives out is also, or it varies per gun, which is just insanely stupid. It should just be flat out, let's say minimum that it'll actually be worth to take is around 30 to 40%. That's when mag holster will actually be worth it, but it's only 20% or so. So it's really annoying that it only buffs it by that much, so it doesn't really make it worth it. That's why I'm not running it in this class setup, or at least I don't think I was. But it's just really bad reload speed that it has, and there's no other way to buff it besides mag holster for this weapon at least. The other ones you could take a lower mag, or I'm pretty sure it was just lower mag. I don't think I saw any other attachments that buff it. So yeah, it's really dumb. So if it had a higher reload speed, I'm sure a bunch of people would be using it. I don't know why people are saying that the Tyr is the worst pistol in the game, because bro, we got the Renetti. The Renetti is just so bad. I don't know why people even try to argue that the Tyr is the worst one or the worst Magnum in COD in a long ass time. Like, this is such a god tier Magnum. If you think this Magnum is bad, then it's just you that's bad at the game. It's not really the gun's fault that you're not able to hit the one-shot areas, and it's very generous too. The one-shot areas are basically from the waist up. It's very huge, the one-shot area. So even at times, you're able to get one-shots around the upper leg or so, which is just insane if you believe that it's the weapon that's bad and not the person using it instead. It's really whack how people believe that. So if you're one of those, then you just gotta get good at aiming, just practice it, and I'm sure your opinion will change once you get better at aiming. It's like using a sniper. It'll take much longer time to actually get better with the weapon, just like it'll take much longer time to get better with the sniper. You actually have to hit your shots in order for you to benefit from it. It's high risk, high reward type of beat or whatever. So yeah, this tier, S tier for sure. High S tier I would put it at if you can actually aim. Like, you wouldn't need any other weapon besides this one to just be dominating lobbies. But again, the reload speed is what really nerfs it a lot and what keeps it just at S tier and not any higher than regular S tier, like S tier plus or whatever. Now, the last tip I'll give you guys is to always aim towards their torso, like anywhere around there, because even if you're shot at a bit, it'll make it go to their head instead, and you'll still be chilling, be getting those one shots. So that's my last tip for it on how to use this and how to use the class setup. Make sure to take advantage of your right chill on your back, spin around if you have to real fast to block the bullets while you're reloading, and then make sure to use it really aggressively, because that's what this weapon's all about, just to be aggressive with it, and you can even use it at those long ranges. And the last one, of course, was to aim towards their torso at all times, just because it'll be a one shot 90% of the time. There'll be rare instances where you'll get a hit marker and you'll be like, that's some bull, but you'll still be dominating regardless. Hopefully you guys found this video useful. Let me know down in the comments if you guys think the class setup is whack, or if you guys didn't like the video and you guys think the Magnum is still really horrible. And leave a like if you guys enjoyed the video or found it useful as well, and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. With that being said, have a good day and stay safe. Later.